make two teams. But anyway, enough about us. Luminosity will be starting on the CT side. They've got some interesting setups on his pistol, but Cello, that's a lovely first shot from him. He has a very slight advantage if he's fast enough from the shadow. Repositioning now. Will Mixwell jump off to the floor to double peek with Freiberg? No, he'll get absolutely annihilated. The bomb is at Cello's feet now. And they haven't even activated all of the CTs in this setup. Boom.
That is a powerful pistol round.
It looks like Luminosity are ready.
Cello had a sick round. Instant headshots.
Very good stuff.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the reasons why they are promising. The new Luminosity pickups, Nekis and Cello, have been pretty awesome for them, I think, generally speaking. I don't know how things are. You never know how things go with the chemistry.
Alucam.
You can't really see that, but one of the two people I've seen use this gun.
At least not like other people. I ended up. We don't care about any other frag in this round. It's Alucam all round.
Alu's getting one. He's getting one.
Creeping towards the catwalk. He will hear Showtime repositioning. He could go. He can right-click spam as well since he's so close, but. Oh.
Come on, Ali. Why you do this to us?
It's alright, there's a follow-up to that. There's a second player coming behind his position. I don't know if Showtime's going to expect it. Wasn't there?
There was, but they just sort of stopped.
Mixwell getting the action with that M4. That'd be sick. Get up there, clear up the upper bomb site. They know there's one in the stairs.
They've got to be checking for heaven now, presumably. I would imagine. From the site at least, if there's someone on the site. They're sort of just standing around at the moment. Mixwell making a step, which is unfortunate.
Now, it's not too big of a deal because they already knew they were out there, so it doesn't give up anything. Just confirms that, yes, they are indeed out there. Showtime in a good spot if he doesn't get cleared.
Jeep. Who's got the keys to my Jeep? As Missy Elliott would say. There are no Jeeps in Counter-Strike though, so back into the game. Luminosity will look to have a nice retake. HS gives himself up. Mixwell slowly creeping towards main, but Showtime's been looking for him. But now they press on. And Mixwell's the only man standing. Is he good for the second kill? Being very patient with it, running out of bullets. Smoke, he's got to go through it. He must. He's waiting for PKL, but that's going to allow him to defuse the bomb.
He tried to bait him out, that's hilarious. That was actually smart, but...
Nicely done by the Brazilian side.
Bomb down and a bunch of kills is really fortunate, really well done. Despite Luminosity getting the rounds, you can see their money is very, very stretched. In fact, almost buying down to zero on most players. And Optic have a round where they've got AKs. The only issue is that they lack utility, so they have to find a way, a good round, which works with low economy, with low utility.
That'd be a good start, getting that opening pick. HS coming right through the smoke, so space opened up outside, and PKL and Showtime, this is a good setup from them. Couple of kills, they even things out, but Ramp Room is going to get pressured, and Nekas can't get around the corner quick enough. Didn't see that coming whatsoever.
Nice positioning from Magic's boy. I'll never say his name properly. But he will get punished, he'll get killed, he'll get annihilated. Lalu doesn't have the bomb, and that's a problem because the bomb's in a very exposed position, so he may be subject to a... oh, this is a nice call from him. He has the time. It's always nice if you have the time when you have to get something which leaves you exposed to go wide, and he is essentially doing that by taking this high ground position, but PKL is looking for this. Lalu spots him, but PKL's position is good enough to get the kill with very low health to start off with.
Yeah, that small piece of cover he was behind.
That saved him massively.
Yeah, it really did, didn't it?
I thought he was going to die 100%. I thought he's definitely dead.
I thought Alu was going to throw the flashbang back towards Mini to kind of fake a sound cue.
Ah, that would be good.
I don't know if it would have worked. He's back on the R8 though. Needs a skin for that, certainly. Are there any good R8 skins?
There's a Fade, there's a Crimson Web, and I don't know what else.
Surely there's like a cowboy skin that just turns it into like a wide ERP revolver.
I have a skin for it. Not that I will ever use it, and I called it Llama Cannon. Which I think is appropriate. This is a good start from Luminosity.
Yeah, no, it really is. And then, I mean, finally they sustain as well with 5 players surviving. Scout is going to get upgraded, surely. Yeah, the AWP is dropped over to him, so be more than happy with the MP9. Very, very strong by the Luminosity side. And now they have all the utility as well to where the options for Optic are pretty limited. If they want to go for something fast, there's plenty of Molotovs to drop in the choke points. I don't think it's quite that desperate yet for the Optic side, only 4 rounds in.
Making all the noise. Sometimes Nuke can be like that when you're just waiting out those initial smokes. Oh, that silo sound is interesting. Oh, hello. Cello's being consistent here by the door position. Taking down a player at the opening of the last round and this one as well. Finally, we'll get to see push outside, but PKL is going to poke in at the right timing. With a 5 versus 3, they can be very passive now. And you can see PKL is falling all the way back to do so.
He has a smoke, so he's choosing to hold with a Molotov here, but Shox used to do this, just shoulder peek with a smoke already primed, so he would just let go of it as soon as he saw someone. And it's a really strong position to drop that smoke. He could be much wiser than the molly there, but maybe he has a higher purpose note. He's thrown the smoke after the molly, so fair enough.
Oh, this position from this guy is sick. Oh, that's an unfortunate loss. There's one. He's got to hustle into the upper bomb site, find the other, but gives away his position. Can't adjust in time. And Cello is so on point in this game.
He's hitting those, like his first bullet accuracy has been good.
Oh, it's like a laser beam.
It's been really good, yeah.
The crazy thing as well is Magisk was part of the reason why North was so good on this map was Magisk on the T side was such a menace at the door area, like around hut and door. He was very, very good in that spot, and they're doing a good job of neutralizing him early on. If I remember correctly, he was the one who really kind of pioneered that blowing open the door and dropping the smoke out and clearing out hut, using it to create a little pocket of safety. A safe space, some would call it.
I have space for 2 safes.
The R8 is back, James.
Oh, it is. Where is it? Why is he teasing us with a P250 POV? So cruel. Alu continues. He insists. How much is there? Is it $500? I don't even know how much it is.
I don't either.
700?
It was
no
700, but I don't know if it still is. I know the Julies were made cheaper, but I'm not sure about this contraption. And
Yes!
there it is!
Give us one more.
Surely he's holding a right click now. He has to. Right click spam. Oh, wow. Reload animation. That is very GoldenEye. I'm not even sure if that gun is in GoldenEye. Or that type of gun. I can't actually remember. It must be. But even if it isn't, it's still very GoldenEye.
I had a flashback to Serious Sam for some reason. I don't know why.
Oh, you'd love that angle. Alu's got to get involved here. Got to
Yes.
try. Ooh.
Ooh, he has a 6th sense. Oh, the left clicks. Oh, the right clicks. Oh, no clicks. Freiberg now, does he just go to save his weapon? Does he go for damage? It will be the latter. The bomb plant is for him. That's a great shot. Got to face towards the diffuser bomb, or maybe not. Oh.
What a god.
That's glorious.
Amazingly done by Freiberg. Well played, sir. Well played.
Even the crouch under the console with that peek to just line up the diffuser. That's
Bravo.
dirty.
Bravo, sir.
Yes.
It's the only thing that matters in that round. It's the only relevant play.
It gets snipped. Well, you got 5 rounds of Luminosity, 1 for Optic. Let's see if Optic can continue with some wins. That was a really close one, down to the clutch. Down to the
problem with Alu playing the revolver is that he is giving data to the developers, which makes it more likely to make a change to the weapon.
Well, he's 1 for 3 with a kill.
That's enough data, man.
It's Snacks you got to worry about, because Snacks at one point was like 3 for 3.
Definitely overpowered.
Here's a problem as well with Magisk not having success at all, is that he's alone in the inner area of this map. The rest of his teammates are outside. So there's no information on the other side of the map that's being gathered. There's no presence. Now, Luminosity doesn't really know this, so they don't take advantage of it as much as they could. But it also creates a period where even if Optic has success getting down to lower, pressuring these stairs, there's not like a secondary point of attack for the Optic side. So at a certain point, in my mind, I would just say, Magisk, stop dying. It's that easy.
Well. Advice to live by?
No, but like maybe don't be as aggressive. I think that time was actually, I think he actually died in radio room, so it was probably aggression from LG of its own that got him killed.
Right, well, it's control room, which is under the control of Optic. But they don't have the other positions in the bomb site just yet. You can see that's a problem. PKL doing a good job here by the vents. The teammate's going to arrive from the vents as well, pick up a kill and then die. And it's a win by time. Optic just unable to find a way to finish the round. They got control room, but then they just didn't understand how to take the position the catwalk around the vents.
Well, it was too telegraphed, and it took too long to actually hit into the site, which means the rotations were there. But on top of that, because Magisk is dead, if he's alive in lobby and they're going to continue going down, he can pick off one of those rotations, right? So instead of one player fighting them outside of vent, or instead of two players, there's only one player. Or instead of one player, maybe there's zero. But, you know, if they're going to hit lower when he's in lobby, he can keep an eye on that. And he can either delay, he can distract, he can kill, he can do a number of things.
Any number of things.
Tings.
Sally did save the AWP, but I mean, you would like his teammates to. I mean, they got reset right, so it's fine to force buy with this. I imagine they get reset. They got reset.
Reset.
Yeah, they got reset.
There's a place in the UK called Ruislip.
Ruislip, yeah.
And some of my fighting game commentators would say Royset from Ruislip. That means nothing to the North American audience, though. So I apologise. I am sorry.
I think I know how to spell that place. Even.
UI.
Yes, yeah, RUI.
Yes.
Yeah. Ruislip.
PKL looking for more cheeky plays on it. I think they sell carpets in Ruislip. I think that's about it.
You keep going back to this, James.
PKL on the outside. Stop interrupting me, Dan. PKL on the outside looking for another cheeky engagement. He will find no one on the silo. Alu, though, may be vulnerable. I never noticed those radioactive signs on T-Red before. But they're there. Watch out for that radioactivity. Where the Geiger scale at. Ooh, we've got Yell in T-Spawn, CT Spawn. An off angle which may catch Alu off guard. He is looking for someone to make a play off of. Now he's found someone.
It's nice, but then this is the problem. You can't get out of that. Yeah, so that's pretty. That's like the worst possible thing that could happen. Die straight away, because Yell can survive there for so long potentially. But you got picked up really fast by Ali, so pretty well played by Ali. But still, you have to follow up here in the round, and it's another pick off from Ali, who takes down Nekis. But how do they get onto the bomb plant? That's a real question. So we'll see. But not looking good here. Magisk will run to his doom, to his death. To his untimely demise.
To his demise. Demise is a glorious word. I love the word demise. Don't you? Are you a fan of the word demise?
It's alright.
It's a good word. It's a word that I'm a fan of. 7-1 indeed. I don't know if we've seen Luminosity on Nuke before. I can't recall watching them on Nuke. So this is a
I'm not sure.
This is a journey, Dan. If it is our first Nuke, and even if it isn't. If we don't remember, it might as well be. It is a journey. You and I are on a journey together through Nuke with Luminosity on the CT side. And so far, they've offered us a lot. PKL's going to Secret again, but this time the teams are going to be in there much faster. He's heard them, and he's dropped a Molotov, but will he put a smoke grenade after it before the molly goes away? So the smoke blooms immediately. He will. That's going to keep 2 of the 5 players of Optic very contained. The grenade as well does massive damage. Meanwhile, the bomb is dropped on the ramp, and Nick is here as the second man with an off angle. Bomb drops again. Bomb drops again. And those are the last 2 players for Optic, still in Secret. This is a disaster.
This is definitely not ideal. It's just going to make his way forwards here, but he'll get pinned down. And I just checked all the games I have noted down, at least I think day 7 onwards. And there's been no Luminosity Nuke games, so I think you're right.
I don't think we've ever, excuse me, seen them play Nuke that I can recall. At least a Luminosity worthwhile watching, which this one is, and they haven't always been.
Yeah. Yeah, they're doing a great job at the moment. Optic not really showing too much. I would imagine Optic will have a really strong CT side, but obviously they're starting on the T side, so they have to get enough rounds to, so that otherwise it's just not going to matter. Nice start by Yell. Obviously there's pistols.
Cello's been great. I'm liking that. Good hold. Not ideal. Shot
Teammate.
Shot in the ass by his teammate.
Nice. Slightly distracting for his focus there.
He jumped.
Yeah, he did. He's like so surprised. Like a jump scare. And there he goes. There he goes. So 2 kills there for Cello, 2 for Showtime, and 1 for Yell. The eco has been deflected. PKL having a good game as well. We've seen some great rotations, some good holds from him. He's been playing the secret position, the rotation down into lower, and he's been doing it well.
Nice. Very, very nice. Optic have another opportunity to redeem themselves. They can still get 6 rounds out of this, as unlikely as that might look at the moment. Cello with the Molotov towards the door, just in case the fast play was being attempted. What was really fun when the Orb had no recoil, standing in main, looking through the window into the lobby area.
The lobby.
Yeah, because well, A, no recoil, and B, good armor penetration. Always fun.
I just didn't play the game during that week.
It was pretty disease-ridden, let's say.
Just wondering how you're gonna handle that.
Yeah,
I could see where you were going.
I had the same thing. That's hilarious.
All right. Well, this is kind of cool. I like this. Dropping down, they're gonna split on the upper bomb site, but Showtime and who else but Cello gonna stop them initially, and there's PKL chiming in. And yeah, I mean, just no progress. Alu trying to have an impact on the flank here, but it's taking so long that Luminosity is going to be mindful of it. Oh, I hate that.
Nice shoulder peek spots another play. PKL will slowly creep into the angle. Oh, HS didn't see him, but his teammates must have, but he'll get the kill regardless.
That's entirely it. A teammate called it out when he looked away. Like, you saw him in Raptors.
Yeah.
Well, tough part is like this would, and you can see actually smart. I like this timeout from Optic just because you have to string 2 together here. This is like your last chance to really salvage a half. You cannot afford to lose this round because you're going to be fully invested in it. You're going to pretty much buy everyone down to 0. There'll be one player with like probably around 1,000.
It's like a cicada.
Is it though?
And the bummer is because they've just begun getting absolutely dumpstered throughout this half is that there's still money built up in Luminosity. Even if they lose this round, they'll be able to have another buy if they decide to go that route.
It's tense. It's tense, Jason. It's tense.
Is that 16-4 and 15-3? Or is it 15-4, 15-3? 15s.
Pair of 15s.
Best card in the game.
Yeah, Alu is going to charge it outside, around the outside, into the secret position, down all the way low. I would imagine it's been called out that his position is so far extended. And yes, PKL sitting in control room. Pickle. PKL, he's been picking his spots well.
That was nice.
Oh, this is going to be so tough for Optic to get out of here. One smoke. They have 2 Molotovs, though. Oh, this flank from Mixwell, that's the real deal. He gets a kill, but now they're alerted to his presence. Yell will be the first to respond. I think Mixwell's trying to make his presence here be dangerous. Keep their attention on him. And now they chase him down. That's nicely done from Yell, not committing to that fight.
They've got to find a way out of this situation. The bomb will go down, that's the way out. They've got to defend it, though. They must defend. They must expand and then defend. And they will get destroyed. Wow.
Beaten, battered.
It's a tough loss for the player in the bit. I think it was HS.
Cello just ducks right underneath his aim. Tosses the nade away, doesn't want it. So what can they actually buy in this round? Because it's Optic's almost at the point where they just can't afford to save anymore. This might be the last round that they're willing to save.
R8's. Drop a con. No?
Oh, they're buying.
Yes.
Alright, they want to get to 5.
They want to get the R8 out. That's what they want.
I mean, when you have a gun as good as the R8, it will lure you into a haphazard buy, won't it?
Yeah. This is an optimal buy. Here he goes. With that R8. Ready.
Oh.
Oh. Oh.
I want that so bad.
Boost him over red. Boost him over red. I wonder if we can see into Garrett. He was
Yes.
boosted over red.
Tag. There's the assist. Nice.
So four uses.
What?
1 kill, 1 assist.
The thing is that you want it to be as useful as possible. You want it to be really good so that Valve don't touch it. Because if it's used a lot and people suck with it, it's going to get buffed. That's the problem, right?
Or if they give him it, they'll buff all the other pistols.
Nah, that's not what it does. Well,
Well,
they tried it once.
James trying to describe everyone's nightmares.
Let's not forget when they did that.
when they put
When they
it's
nerfed
funny.
every pistol.
Yeah, they made all the pistols actually like where they should be.
Yeah.
But then the R8 was so broken, then like, and then there was the community outcry, and then they just like, oh god, I guess we messed up. We'll just revert everything. So, no, just get rid of the R8, please. Nekis though, able to be in a good position here to get the 1-for-1, and that's going to be fantastic. HS has too much to do there without any teammates to help him out. So 11-2, and this CT side is looking way too strong at the moment against Optic. Is it Optic? I mean, Luminosity are doing the basics well, but is it all Luminosity, Jason, or are we seeing an Optic that just don't have an idea of what they're supposed to be doing on this T side?
I mean, they went for outside control. I think part of it is Cello's been playing so good in a critical position. Same with PKL as someone who's rotating between bomb sites. And when you have those two positions in the CT side playing well, the map can feel very small. Oh, if he had gotten a headshot there, I would have been so happy.
Clean up time for Luminosity. All spray is okay, but not good.
If we can still get a Hotab at the start of the next, I don't know if there's going to be a replay. There's just not a lot of kills on the Optic side, right? Like, you can do everything right, but no one's even in double digits at this point. So you're not getting a whole lot of kills, and the tough part is because the front line of this defense, because guys like Cello and PKL are playing so well, like, the initial players are dying from Optic, and then they're getting some kills when they're pretty much already out of the round, right? Like, I think the other tough part is when you look at it, Magisk is having a really rough game, and I don't say that because of his scoreline. I say it again just because he's been dying so much inside that it's really limiting where Optic can go. Because even if you get outside control, having someone inside means you can go in connector. It means you can split towards the upper bomb site. It means you can split towards the lower bomb site. But without that player in lobby alive and having an impact,
Oh! Mixwell.
Without that player alive and having an impact.
you just limit the options. Like if they take control of Secret, the only place they can go is the lower bomb site. You can't go back upper. You can't go back outside to mini. If the R8 wins this clutch,
It will.
What will you do?
It will. I will not have to make a decision. It's fine.
I really wanted to say Mixwell tossing that salad. Because of his name, right?
Well, you got it in there.
maybe I'll whip that one out
I like that.
at the major.
With jelly or
So
syrup?
don't whip anything up, please.
I prefer syrup.
13-2. Optic getting crushed on their own map. On their own map. That's not good. They played... oh, okay, I thought they played Nuke yesterday. No, it was not them. It was
Someone else.
It was G2 and Astralis.
It was another.
Never mind. Yes, Optic, they are struggling here, so need this piss around desperately. Freiburg with the AG and the defuse kits for Optic. Everybody else Kevlars. So let's see how this one goes. Value's taking a peek, a poke, a prod. A bomb has been discovered. It's been plucked from the hands of the terrorists.
Tourists.
Took his
Do you remember when
face
George Bush was
off.
the president? He would always be like, tourists, tourists. It was so funny. There was a compilation of him saying tourists all the time.
That's that southern twang.
Yeah. Tourists. 3 Luminosity players
Sound like
remaining.
Charles Barkley.
And this could be comeback time for Optic. This is where it starts. This is where it starts. Showtime. I want to say slowing it down, but it's not like he has a choice really in this.
Oh, good God, these CSPs have been great. There he is. He's alive.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Well, that is exactly what was required. This is what happens. This is how it starts. This is how it begins. But how far will it go? It is a forced buy from Luminosity. It looks pretty organised on the CT side, but can they match it on the T side? A fast play into A perhaps, or perhaps not. There's a player moving into main very quickly, so he will be stopped by Freiburg. That's a very important kill. But the Molotov will stop Freiburg from being pinned. Now hey, just on the high ground. Long reload to Freiburg, but he won't even get there. The bomb's on the floor, and the round is over. Minimal damage done.
Good kills on the entry, or on the initial attack from Luminosity. Once the first player or two falls, they just all get bottlenecked in those choke points. So perfectly done from Optic. Now they get a reprieve. Scout to the hands of Mixwell.
Scout well. Luminosity with the Glocks. Presumably they'll just run in and die very quickly. Let's all hope for that, because I don't think they'll be able to do much this round. Hoping for the God nades. Oh, Alu needs to back away, or else that will happen.
It's fine though. You want Alu to kind of go hunting for some kills with the for the bonus money to get the AWP out to build up some kind of advantage.
It's fine until he dies though. Then
yeah.
Then you've lost this. This point is actually pointless.
$1,000.
Yeah. You lose all the dollars.
Right then. Now starts the.
So. Sorry, Mixwell's opping. Mixwell's opping.
Yeah?
So
Do you know why?
I don't know why, do you?
Because he's like, I want to win the game now. That's why. Because that surely must be it. Because he knows how good he is with an op. He must know. He must know. Despite, for those of you that don't know, he has in the past proclaimed that he does not like to op. Or at least he doesn't want to be the primary opper.
It's always been frustrating for yours truly.
So
ooh, he's going to get wrecked. I don't know if he was expecting. I thought he might just continue his charge, but Mixwell is a smart player. He is not to be underestimated. He makes it out of control as well. PKL caught half awake or half asleep. Is the glass half empty or half full? What if it's at 50% capacity? That's the real answer. I'm just leaving it there. It's up down to you guys now.
Yeah, it's a rhetorical question. That's the fight that doesn't need to be taken, and it is. And Alu loses, so down into a 3-on-3. Starting to become a costly round. There's a minute left to toy with, so Luminosity can really just death squad this and go around together.
I love what they've done here because there's a minute left. You know, they double backed into the yard. They've cleared out the player there, and now the fact for Optic is that they can really be anywhere on the entire map. They can be going anywhere because Secret's completely open as well as outside. So it's going to work out pretty damn well. But the time is the major concern here. It's a good angle for HS.
Will they? I wonder if his gun will be exposed through the window. Well, doesn't matter now because he's moved. Nice back, nice move. They'll all take through the window, but they won't get their kill. The distraction is enough for the trades to continue and Mixwell to finish things off with a kill at the end.
I think you survived with full utility. I don't think you spent any utility at all. Maybe pick something up, maybe.
Here's the thing that we haven't talked about yet. Optic has to have a near perfect half because even if Luminosity just eventually grinds, even if they get reset once, like Optic is all of a sudden playing for overtime. Like as soon as their economy gets reset, they're playing for overtime. And it might be a situation where if they haven't closed the gap far enough, they're just going to force buy with LG on 14, and then they'll be stuck in that cycle. So they really, really, really need to have a lot of clean rounds. Luminosity still has that option of just win by attrition.
Optic need those chlorine rounds. All chlorine for the Luminosity phone party. Both teams still possible for them to make it to the phone party in Cancun. Ouch! No insurance for that.
I can't remember. Where was Luminosity in your standings?
We will have to check after the broadcast. I think they're top 5.
Okay.
I think they are.
Cool.
Top 5 or top 6. I'm fairly sure. They are in good stead. They are in with a chance. And the chance is all we ask. It's down to them to capitalise. They're looking good for the time being. 6 rounds, but it is all Optic at the moment. All CT side. CT dominant. Where is Alu going? He's going very close indeed. Has he been heard? He definitely has. There was a smoke down, so some walking could have been done. Luminosity are 4th after the previous map, which is pretty awesome for them. Can it continue? Flashes as they charge towards the control room. Can they control? Control they can! Magic's boy taken down. Man advantage for Luminosity now. We see the CT positioning, almost a double peak possible. Freiburg's reload will give his position away. Mixwell very patient, punishing the shoulder peak. Shoulder too far. Freiburg sees everything. He knows everything. HS though cannot punish. Ooh, Mixwell, gotta be careful. That's an expensive round.
They had them trapped. They had them trapped at the bottom of those stairs. That was perfect. And then Freiburg could only get 1 kill. That's a shame. As that smoke fades. Because once he dies, they have a new avenue back. And then Alu is the next one up, and they take him out. And Mixwell tries to surprise him, and it doesn't happen. But you can see the panic in Optic and Alu and Mixwell as they rotate back and try and kind of cut off that line of retreat. So, another buy for Optic. This is the last one they'll have. And a reset here, I don't have to tell you, would be disastrous. Molotov into the door. They're going to go right through it. They smoke it off, and they go right through. Even blind, they get a kill. HS has a big job to do, but he can't find one. Mixwell's chiming in from outside. And there's the second. Walks right back into it. They've held.
Yeah, it is smooth sailing in this round. The seas of calm. Yell on his own, on his lonesome. He's got $2,000 in the bank. I wonder if that's telling of the rest of his team as well, because if it is, then Optic will be in a good spot with this reset to continue the comeback. I don't know if Yell is trying to communicate with aliens or if he's just freeing his mouse cord. I forgot to bring the mouse bungee with me, which is really annoying.
Ooh, that hurts.
Even better. Yell, ever dangerous. There is a minute on the clock for him to continue his charge. Does he go for the spam? He knows where Alu is. Repositioning. But which way does he go? Does he go towards main? It's smoked off. He could have faced upstairs instead, but HS will get it better off him and he will stem the bleeding for Optic.
It's so hard in that upper bomb site in those late situations because there's so many angles that you're at a disadvantage from. Very, very difficult with the vertical nature of that bomb site. So, Optics survive again, inching closer. It's only putting 1 round on the board, and 3 players surviving means Optic gets to build up just the tiniest bit of money. 4 deagles out for the Brazilian side.
Well then, how much damage can the Brazilians do with the hand cannons?
The lack of the R8s is depressing though. Now that we've had a taste of it, I just want more. You don't agree?
No, I still have hatred.
Hello.
In my brain.
That's a shame. You should get rid of it. Hatred is bad, James. It leads to the dark side. We learnt nothing from Star Wars.
The dark side was way cooler, though.
I am the dark side. I'm the personification of evil, as was once the Undertaker's nickname. The personification of evil. But he retired, so I have to pick up the mantle.
Don't let him down.
I'll do my best. Optic on the cusp of double figures here. We all know 2 figures are better than 1.
Unless you're playing golf.
I don't know anything about golf. Apart from
lower score is better.
Almost tore my shoulder off.
That's
Playing golf with Anakin.
Oh yeah, that video was funny. Oh, just going straight through it. The smoke actually, they beat the smoke out there. So I don't know if the CTs were spotting it, but they should have been able to see how many have crossed. If they were spotting it. But if not, they will have no idea how many are down here. And looks like Luminosity want to split through ramp and through secret here. So it's going to come down to what Ali's able to accomplish here to sort of prevent this push from joining. the other side, and that's a really good pick off there from Alu. He's found himself really good timing on those angles. Perfect stuff for him.
He got 2. He did a good job. Good job. Magic's boy looking for information, but it will cost him. Gamble was made. But will it cost Optic? The T's in the site now, and Optic is still spread out, ready for the retake. Freiburg's picked off Yell, trying to make some steps, trying to stop the bomb from going down, but he can't quite do it. HS will unfortunately live up to his name, but on the wrong end of the exchange. Showtime smokes out of the doors, and Mixwell ready for the ting.
Yeah, I guess with that plant being where it is, it's very obvious to Mixwell exactly where he has to look.
Yeah, well, he smokes off door, and it's like if he comes through that smoke, Freiburg gets him.
Yep.
If he peeks window, Mixwell's waiting for it. So, yeah, really nicely managed. And now this is dicey for the Luminosity side. They are running out of ideas, it feels. Have to be mindful of the boost, and Alu punishes him for it. Good hold with the M4.
Luminosity are, I think it has to be said, they're in with a good opportunity to make land. They're currently 4th in the league. They are currently 4th. That is a lot more than they have done in previous editions of the ECS league. And who doesn't want to go to the phone party? I mean, seriously. They don't want to let this opportunity slip to take a 2-0 over Optic. They must prevail.
I want the phone party. Well, just back onto pistols for the Luminosity side, and any damage is good damage here in these rounds. Oh, aggression. The lobby crutch from Alu. He only gets 1, though. That's a nice response for Cello, but he is traded off pretty quickly. Showtime is going to cross over with P250. He's got no chance. Seems like Optic has really come into their own. They're now starting to hit some shots.
But they need 5 more rounds. Can't they get them? Luminosity, they just need that 1 round. I mean, obviously to at the very least secure the overtime, but still, you know, just something with some level of success to show them the way forwards to closing the game. Let's see the outside smokes again.
They haven't done anything too creative with these, though. We saw like Optic a couple times through these smokes and then crush in towards Mini. We've basically just seen Luminosity go towards Secret with varying speeds. Although this time they've only stuck 1 person out there.
Oh,
Holy hell.
that's a pretty big frag from PKL, diving into the vents and assassinating.
Did he get that before Freiburg?
It must have been.
This is a problem. This is a problem. Mixwell's got money though, but they don't want to lose any more rounds. They don't want to play against match point.
Yeah, this is massive this round. I don't know if they can even touch this.
Yeah, I don't think you can go for it. I think they've already made the safe call, especially because Mixwell's in vents, and coming up from vents is so useless with an AWP.
It's really about what Magis
Whoa.
can get. I do wonder if that
Ceiling molly.
I think it got stuck between the ceiling and that vent.
Oh, what were you saying, Jay? Sorry.
It's about if Magis can get anything done. Okay, now it's round over, but they will commit to it. I guess they know that they've got the money, and it doesn't matter if they lose everything they're carrying in that round because they must win every round.
Uh-oh. Magis bought a scout. An accident. He was supposed to drop a weapon over, bought the scout, dropped it, so now he can't drop a M4.
You know what that is, Moses? That's bad.
It's a bad miss.
Fat fingers. Sausages.
Sausage fingers. I remember... Oh, no, not the time. Never mind. Match point for Luminosity. Mixwell spotted outside, but he's alive. He is alive. He's alive for now. Optic. I was leaving some dead air, man.
Sorry,
I'm not
sorry,
finished talking yet.
sorry. So sorry.
Over to you, Dan.
Okay. Optic are going to need the power of Greyskull to get back into this one. The superpowers, as they can hold off this push. There's a lot of noise being made towards the lower positions. We're not seeing any big rotations yet. Optic, I do wonder if they will be suspicious of the split. This is a round that Luminosity obviously tried previously. Alu had amazing success getting a double in this position where Magic's just died and he went, well, he got no kills there. So this is a big difference here for Luminosity in their success. We'll see if they can actually close though. Frobig on the site. Easy kill for him, but the trade's in from Cello.
Is one enough? Oh, Showtime gets his bell rung, but he delivers the kill with the AK. There is a player by the door next to the bomb site, and now Alu can run distraction, try and slow things down. It might be a rotation. HS 90 degrees, or maybe just short. Desperate situation now. Bomb planted on A. Alu rotating. Both these players are very low. He won't. He's going to just charge up the ladder. He doesn't want them to get into post-plant position. Showtime's still on the low ground. Alu has a Molotov. Does he realize that one player is behind the silo? If he does, maybe he can use it. He will. Oh, hasn't gone the way he wanted. I thought he might throw it where the A sign is. Time is ticking. He's got a kit, but he must get into the site. No, he's got to commit. He's got to go for it. He needs enough time to find a second player after shooting the first, but he won't find the first. It will be Luminosity taking Nuke over Optic 16-11.